You absolutely must review your presentation before you give it, or you're going to send the wrong message. My name is Bruce Rule. I'm a writer and editor, and I help my clients with a wide range of writing. You must go over your presentation before you give it, or you're going to risk losing credibility. My name is Bruce Rule. I'm a writer and editor. I help my clients with all kinds of communications, uh, social media, reports, case studies, press releases. Basically, anything that they've written, I take and make better, or I just do it myself. I also teach public speaking, both in workshops and with private clients. And I've published one book called Heartfelt Goodbye, How to Write and Deliver the Eulogy Your Loved One Deserves. It's a how-to manual that a lot of people have found helpful, and some people have been buying it ahead of time because they have an elderly parent or an elderly spouse, and they just want to be prepared. So it's something to think about. This week I was watching a webinar, and it was an hour-long webinar, and the woman had a PowerPoint presentation as part of the webinar. And for the first part of the PowerPoint, she was doing a good job. Maybe a little data heavy, but the slides were fine. But about halfway through, mistakes started creeping. She said, oh, this is an old slide. I didn't want that there. And she had to click forward. Oh, I'm missing a slide. I skipped one somehow. And then there was another one where she had more than one image on the slide, and she only wanted one image on the slide. And for the second half of the presentation, it was maybe 5 mistakes, maybe 6, tiny mistakes. But the point is that they were unnecessary if she had reviewed her presentation ahead of time. She would have noticed each and every one of those if she had practiced it ahead of time. And I think what happened, and this I don't know, but I think what happened was she was putting a presentation together. She ran out of time. She just shoved it in a PowerPoint and did her best. And that's such a bad mistake, especially when the mistakes are happening in the second half of the presentation, because you have to remember your ending is what really sticks with a listener. You know, your call to action at the end, your closing statement is what really, really makes your presentation convincing, because people can't remember an hour's worth of webinar, but they can start to pick up on mistakes like that. And by the end of the webinar thinking, do I really trust what this person's saying if she's making this many mistakes? It's not a good image, especially when the mistakes are made in the second half of the presentation. You can get away with small verbal gaffes because people know that you're speaking for an hour. You're going to make a verbal gaffe at some point. You might stumble over a word. But your slides, there's just no excuse for them to be out of order. There's no excuse for them to be missing. All it does is signal to the audience that you didn't do your homework. You didn't prepare properly ahead of time. So please, anytime you're doing a presentation with PowerPoint or any other thing where you're showing slides or you're showing stuff on the screen, you've got to go over it, every single slide, every single part of that presentation ahead of time, because you don't want people thinking that you're sloppy. You don't want people noticing the mistakes, and you don't want them walking away thinking you didn't put in enough time. What do you think? Do you go over everything one last time before you do a presentation? If not, I'd really like to hear an argument why you don't do it, because I really think that it's absolutely necessary. Please like and share this video, because I think it helps everybody to understand the importance of preparation. And like and share this, as I said, but also subscribe to the channel so that you get my newest videos every week. And also, it does kind of help me with YouTube, so I'd really appreciate it. Until next week, take care. Bye.